Our very first cruise, I did it all wrong. Walked on that ship thinking I knew exactly what I was doing, and by day 2, I'd already wasted money and a whole afternoon on mistakes nobody warned me about. So here's everything I wish somebody had told me before our first cruise. And I don't mean pack sunscreen. I mean the stuff that actually trips you up. What to do the second you step on board, what to never pay for, and the one rookie move that can eat through your whole first day. I know every single one of these because I made every single one of these mistakes. So learn it from me, not the hard way like I did. Here's why I care so much about your first one. Your first cruise decides everything. You either get off that ship planning the next one, or you get off saying cruising is not for me. When the truth is, you just did it wrong and nobody told you better. So that almost happened to us. Our first cruise, I spent the whole first day confused, overspent our budget because I didn't understand how any of it worked, and I got home a little salty about it. We didn't cruise again for at least 4 years. And now this is our life. That's the difference the right information makes. So I'm not gonna let your first one be a rough draft. Everything I'm about to tell you is stuff I learned by getting it wrong first. Let's start where it all goes wrong for some people, the first few hours. Nobody tells you this, but when you get on the ship for most cruise lines, your cruise cabin is not ready yet. Your checked luggage that you gave to the porter won't show up at your door until the afternoon, sometimes dinner time. So all those first timers who packed their swimsuit and their sunscreen in the big suitcase, they're sitting by the pool in jeans, sweating and watching everybody else have a good time. Don't be that person. Pack a day bag that you carry on with you that has a swimsuit, your sunscreen, some medication, a change of clothes, your phone charger, anything you need for those first couple hours. That bag stays with you on your shoulder. That one move will save your whole first day. Number 2, and this is the one I'm still kind of mad at about our first cruise. The second everyone boards, the whole ship runs to the buffet. It's loud, it's packed, it's people bumping into each other like they have never seen food before. The main dining room is open for lunch. Sit-down service. Same quality food, calm and half empty. Nobody tells first-timers that. So start your vacation at a decent table, not in a mob. Number 3, download the cruise line's app before you ever get on the ship. Okay, set it up at home on your own Wi-Fi. Your dining reservations, your daily schedule, the onboard account, show times, it's all in the app. And some first timers wait until they're on board and then they're standing in line at guest services on day 1 instead of being at the pool or at a bar. Download it at home, done. Okay, this next one nobody tells you about, and it costs people real money. A huge amount of what's on the ship is already included. Paid for it in your fare. Main dining room, most food on the ship, all day is included. The pool, the shows, the gym, most activities, room service a lot of the times, on a lot of lines is included. But a lot of first timers don't know that. So they get on board and they get a little starstruck and they're just all over the place and they end up buying things that they didn't need to buy. Those random souvenir cups or shots by the pool. Before you pay for anything, ask one question. Is it already included? Because most of the time for stuff like that, the answer is actually no. But here's the flip side. And this is the one that got me good. The ship is cashless. You're not handing over dollars. You tap that card or your wristband and it all goes on your onboard account, which feels amazing until that last night when they slide that bill under your door and your stomach drops like you're on a roller coaster. Every drink, every little upcharge, every little why not? It's all quietly adding up somewhere that you can't see it. So do what I didn't do my first time. Set a number in your head before you're bored. Check your count on the app halfway through the cruise, not at the end. Halfway through, you could still course correct. At the end, you're just reading the damage. Next thing nobody tells you, the good stuff sells out before you even board. So specialty restaurants, the spa, the popular shows, the excursions that you actually want to do. First timers wait until they get on the ship to book, and all those prime times are gone. Two things here. One, book the stuff you really want to do the day your booking window opens before you sail. A lot of lines give you a discount on specialty dining when you book it ahead instead of on board. So you get a much better price and the table you wanted. Waiting costs you both. Ask me how I know. And now the one that shocks almost every first timer, gratuities. Most cruise lines add a daily gratuity to your account automatically. Every day, every person in the cabin. And a lot of first timers have no idea. So they budget for the cruise fare, they feel good, and then they get home to a charge that they never saw coming. It can be a couple of $100s for two people on a week-long sailing. Now hear me clearly, because some people are gonna come for me in the comments. This is not a fee to be mad about. That money goes to your cabin steward, your dining team, the people taking care of you all week, and they earn every cent. This isn't an avoid it. This is know it's coming and budget for it the same day you book. It's only a shock if nobody told you, and I'm telling you. A couple of quick ones people always get caught by. There's usually a dress code night. Sometimes it's called elegant night, formal night, dress to impress, whatever. It's whatever the line calls it. It's the prettiest dinner of the cruise, and photo backdrops come out. The whole ship just practically levels up. And there's always a first timer or two standing there in shorts feeling some kind of way. It doesn't have to be a gown or tuxedo or anything like that, but pack a nice outfit so you've got one option. The app usually tells you what night it is. And seasickness. Because everybody's scared of it and nobody explains it. The bigger modern ships are incredibly stable, and a lot of people never feel a thing. But if you're worried, two things. Pick a cabin that's midship on a lower deck. That's the steadiest part of the ship, the least movement. And bring a remedy choice from home, because we already covered what it costs to buy it on board. Our favorites are ginger chew candies. Now the honest part. Who should think twice? If you need total quiet and total control over your schedule, a big busy ship is gonna overwhelm you on your first time. So go smaller or go in knowing that it is a lot. And if you're prone to serious motion sickness or vertigo, talk to your doctor before you book your cruise, not after you're already out on the water. A cruise is for almost everybody, but almost is an honest word, and I'm gonna use it there. All right, one more because it's a perfect bookend. That last morning, disembarkation. Just know it's a mob again. Everybody's rushing the elevators with their bags and bumping and stressed, and it's early in the morning and everybody's... You don't have to go through all that. Go grab breakfast, relax in a lounge, let the crowd clear out, and remember that you have nowhere to be but home. And that's the whole thing. Every mistake I made our first cruise came down to one thing. Nobody told me what was normal. Now, somebody's told you. You're gonna walk on that ship knowing what to carry, what's free, what's coming on that bill, and how to actually enjoy the day instead of fighting it. That's not a rookie. That's somebody who did their homework, and that's you now. If you've been rocking with us for a while, you know that I don't do the scary cruise thing, and I certainly don't do the everything's perfect thing either. I just tell you the truth so you can go and have a great time with your eyes open, because your first cruise should be the one that makes you fall in love with it the way ours eventually did. And once we figured out what nobody told us, like, don't fall asleep in the deck chair wearing a t-shirt when you know that you tan easy and you get the weird tan lines on your arms. I don't want that for you on your first try. So, or your third. So now you know. Now that you know what nobody tells you before your first cruise, the next thing you need to know is the money side, because there are 7 fees they're going to try to charge you that you should never, ever, ever, ever pay. I broke down all of those on the next video right here.